So listen, before we get into these dangerous insects that could be possibly lurking around your house, you never really even know, I wanted to give you a little information, right? Something that kind of threw me off and blew my mind today. Have you ever heard of the driver ants? The driver ants, right? They're out of Africa and they move in massive swarms of millions. They can strip a living animal to the bone in minutes, right? And are known to invade homes, devouring everything in their path. Some people even evacuate entire villages to avoid them. Driver ants. Never heard of them. And you always think of ants as, man, I step on them. Unless I'm not paying attention, they get on your legs and then they go crazy. But you ever heard of them stripping something down in minutes to the bone? I just thought that was scary because you know they could end up over here in an instant. So do your research on them. All right. So this video here is 20 massive and dangerous insects that are actually real. Let's get to it.
Nature can be awe-inspiring, but sometimes, well heck, it's also downright terrifying. And one such way it can be creepy is bugs. All around the world, there are insects so massive and dangerous, they look like they crawled straight out of a nightmare. But nope, they're real, and it's horrifying. These are 15 massive and dangerous insects that are actually real. Number 15. Giant hornet, a deadly predator. The giant hornet is a terrifying insect, with a size comparable to that of a matchbox. Despite its impressive size, it's not just its appearance that makes it dangerous, it's one of the most venomous insects in the world. The sting, delivered by its quarter-inch long stinger, injects a potent mix of enzymes that destroy tissue. What makes the giant hornet particularly deadly is its neurotoxin, which has the ability to disrupt the nervous system. A single sting can cause a severe allergic reaction, leading to anaphylactic shock, and in some cases, even death. Although these hornets live only for 6 months each year, they are responsible for around 40 human fatalities annually. One of their weaknesses, however, is their inability to withstand high temperatures. They are mostly found in parts of Asia, ranging from India to Japan. As relentless predators, they hunt down insects, including the praying mantis. When a worker hornet finds prey, it uses its powerful jaws to tear it into a mushy paste. Instead of consuming the prey itself, the hornet carries it back to the hive to feed the larvae.
Listen, hornets, bees, wasps. It was two things that made me afraid of those jokers when I was little, right? One, I got stung. I got stung in the lip, bro. And my joint swell up, was painful. And back then, your parents had all these little weird remedies. They put like tobacco on my lip or inside of my lip. It was crazy. It was nasty. I was a little baby, a little kid. Still remember it. It's traumatizing. The other thing was Macaulay Culkin dying in My Girl. Was that the movie? I think that was the movie, right? Where all them swarm of bees got him. Been terrified ever since.
The summer months, these hornets are on a constant hunt to sustain their growing brood. When a scout hornet finds a honeybee hive, it marks the location with a special pheromone. This signals the other hornets to join in a coordinated attack. Despite the hornet's small numbers, a single one can kill over 300 honeybees in just 1 hour. Thankfully, humans have little to fear from the giant hornet, but for smaller creatures, this insect is a true nightmare. Number 14. Giant prickly stick insect, a master of disguise. The Extatosoma tiaritum, better known as the spiny leaf or giant prickly stick insect, is an intriguing species native to the rainforests of eastern Australia. Particularly common in New South Wales and Queensland, it can also be found in parts of South Australia and eastern Victoria.
Because it looks exactly like a dried leaf, but it's a stick insect.
The female of this species is much larger than the male, growing up to 20 centimeters in length, and is covered with thorny spikes that serve both as protection and camouflage.
Could have gotten me easily when I was a kid. I was one of those kids that loved to hear the sound of leaves just crackling in your hand. Grab one and just I was a kid. I was outside and stuff like that. You see a leaf, you just crack, you just keep going. You step on them, you walk on them, just to hear that crackling sound. That could have easily got me. Easily.
The male, on the other hand, is smaller and possesses long wings that allow him to fly in search of a mate or to escape predators. While he doesn't have the prominent spikes of the female, he does feature small spines around his face. The spiny leaf insect has a unique way of defending itself. When threatened, it adopts a defensive scorpion-like posture by raising its abdomen. If the threat persists, it can use its sharp spines to deter attackers. Another defense mechanism is the release of a sweet, toffee-like scent, accompanied by a clicking sound to frighten off potential predators. Males may also open their wings suddenly to startle enemies. Camouflage is the key to this insect's survival. When resting, it curls its body to resemble a dead leaf or twig, making it nearly impossible for predators to spot. It can also sway gently, mimicking the movement of leaves in the wind. Its color varies, with shades of brown, green, yellow, or even white, making it blend seamlessly with its surroundings. The nymphs, or young insects, are fast and resemble ants, offering them protection from predators who might mistake them for a threat. As they mature, they develop the adult spiny features. Interestingly, the spiny leaf insect can reproduce both sexually and asexually. If no males are present, females can still produce offspring, though all of them will be female. The female flicks her eggs away, and they need to stay cool to hatch successfully. In a fascinating twist, ants often carry these eggs into their nests, thinking they are food. While they eat the outer layer, the eggs remain unharmed and eventually hatch. Number 13. Hercules Moth, the giant of the moth world. The Hercules moth is one of the largest moths in the world, and it can be found in New Guinea and northern Australia. Described by William Henry Miskin in 1877, this massive moth is known for its incredible size and striking appearance. Its wingspan can reach up to 27 centimeters, with a wing surface area measuring 300 square centimeters, making it the largest moth in Australia. The wings are golden brown with white markings and feature transparent spots on all four sections. While males and females have a similar appearance, the males can be distinguished by their longer, narrower wingtails. The caterpillars of the Hercules moth are equally impressive, growing up to 12 centimeters long and weighing around 54 grams. Their pale blue or green bodies are adorned with red spots and yellow spines, giving them a distinct and vibrant appearance in their rainforest habitats. Interesting.
Tell me that's not an alien. I'm sorry. It's got alien written all over it to me, bro. That just screams it's not from our planet. It's from somewhere else, and it just got here via a meteor. Yeah, that's exactly how I think that thing got here.
Adult Hercules moths do not feed. They rely entirely on the energy they stored during their larval stage to survive. As caterpillars, they feed on leaves from a variety of rainforest trees, such as Disoxylum mellissimum and Polycius elegans. This diet sustains them throughout their short adult lives, during which their primary focus is reproduction, not feeding. This is a fascinating feature of the Hercules moth, as it is one of the few insects to live entirely off the energy accumulated as a larva. Number 12. Giant burrowing cockroach, the heavyweight of the insect world. The giant burrowing cockroach, also called the rhinoceros cockroach or litterbug, is found in northeastern Australia, particularly in Queensland. It holds the title of the heaviest cockroach in the world, growing up to 8 centimeters in length and weighing around 35 grams. Unlike many other cockroach species, this one lacks wings. Instead, it has a strong, armored body designed for digging. With powerful legs, it digs deep burrows in sandy soil, sometimes reaching depths of over a meter. These tunnels serve as its home and shelter. This nocturnal insect spends its nights foraging for dry leaves and decomposing organic matter, helping to break down these materials and recycle nutrients in the environment. This crucial role in nutrient cycling makes it an important part of its ecosystem. One of the most surprising aspects of the
that's just crazy to hear. Cockroaches and different forms of cockroach are important to the ecosystem. I don't know why, but That just doesn't make me feel, that's just disheartening to hear. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, everything has a purpose. And I've heard people say that throughout my life, but I guess it really hits home and settles for you when you hear that a cockroach even has its place. Wow.
Giant burrowing cockroach is its lengthy lifespan. It can live for up to 10 years, a rarity among cockroaches. During this time, they reproduce in an interesting way. Female cockroaches give birth to live young, carrying the eggs in a special pouch until they hatch. A single female can produce up to 30 nymphs, which stay under her care in the burrow until they are mature enough to survive on their own. As a defense, giant burrowing cockroaches can make a hissing sound by forcing air through tiny openings in their abdomen. This sound is used to scare away predators. Despite their large size and intimidating look, they are completely harmless to humans. Unlike some of their cockroach relatives, they don't infest homes or carry diseases. The next insect, however, is far more dangerous, known for its dramatic hunting techniques and vibrant colors. Number 11. Tarantula hawk, the predator with a fearsome sting. Tarantula hawks are large wasps renowned for their hunting abilities and striking appearance. These wasps can grow as long as 6.5 centimeters and are famous for preying on tarantulas. Found across every continent except Europe and Antarctica, tarantula hawks are highly effective predators. Their bodies are a striking blue-black color, with bright orange or rust-colored wings, acting as a warning to other animals about their potent sting. The female tarantula hawk is particularly dangerous. She uses her long stinger, which can reach up to 12 millimeters, to deliver one of the most excruciating stings in the insect world. When hunting, she stings a tarantula to paralyze it. Then she drags the spider back to a burrow, lays a single egg on its body, and seals the burrow. The larva that hatches from the egg feeds on the spider, being careful not to damage vital organs so the spider remains alive for longer. After several weeks of feeding, the larva pupates and emerges as an adult wasp. Interestingly, adult tarantula hawks do not eat spiders. Instead, they feed on nectar from plants like milkweed and mesquite. Males of the species do not hunt, but instead wait for females to pass by during the mating season. Though their sting is incredibly painful, it is usually not dangerous. The pain lasts only for a few minutes and typically doesn't require medical attention. Their large size and potent sting act as a deterrent for most predators. However, roadrunners are among the few animals bold enough to eat them. Moving on to the next insect, this one has a fascinating and mysterious life cycle that continues to baffle experts. Number 10. Sabertoothed Longhorned Beetle, the mighty-jawed giant. The saber-toothed longhorned beetle, or Macrodontia cervicornis, is one of the largest beetles in the world. It's most famous for its enormous jaws, which give it a distinctive and powerful appearance. The largest...
I don't know why, but I swore I seen one of those like around Florida somewhere. And I'm not trying to pick on Florida, even though y'all be having some wild stuff down there. I just think I seen that around Florida, maybe around the pool or something like that. Just something that even looks just like this. It's crazy. Just brought back a memory.
Just recorded specimen of this beetle reached an astonishing 17.7 centimeters in length, surpassing even the legendary Hercules beetle, which measures 17.5 centimeters. These beetles spend much of their lives in the larval stage, which can last up to 10 years. During this time, the larvae tunnel through decaying wood, creating intricate galleries that can extend over a meter in length and about 10 centimeters in width. Once they reach adulthood, these beetles live for only a few months, and their primary focus is reproduction. Females lay their eggs under the bark of dead or dying softwood trees, where the larvae hatch and begin the cycle once again. Native to the rainforests of South America, including Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Brazil, and the Guianas, these beetles are a common but fascinating part of the region's insect population. Despite their fearsome appearance, these beetles are not aggressive and pose little threat to humans. Their impressive jaws, however, are a testament to their evolutionary design, and they serve to help the beetles in various tasks, from feeding to defending themselves. Moving on, we encounter a...
Yeah. The animals and the insects are gonna take over. And here's why. Throughout this whole video so far, you've heard nothing but them do this and reproduce. They do this and they reproduce. That's what you heard, right? So, by a simple process, you say animals and insects constantly reproducing. Humans, they can't get this generation to have kids for nothing. Animals and insects gonna go here, we're gonna stay down here, they're eventually gonna take over. And there's nothing they're gonna overpower us, bro.
Another insect with a fascinating behavior that has earned it a reputation for its teamwork and efficient hunting style. Number 9. Red driver ant, masters of coordination. The red driver ant is a large ant species that measures about half an inch in length. Unlike many other ants, the red driver ant has a well-defined body.
I think this is the same one I was talking about. The research I had saw it just said driver, but red driver, I'm assuming it's the same thing. So this is the one I was talking about, bro.
Divided into 3 sections: the head, thorax, and abdomen. These sections play vital roles in the ant's survival and efficiency. The most notable feature of the red driver ant is its powerful mandibles, which function like sharp scissors. These mandibles help the ants catch prey, build their nests, and protect their colony. There's an interesting difference between the male and female red driver ants. Males, often referred to as sausage flies because of their plump, winged bodies, exist solely to mate and die shortly after. On the other hand, female red driver ants are wingless, much stronger, and take on the majority of the colony's tasks. The females handle everything from building the nest to foraging for food and caring for the young. When the colony goes hunting, red driver ants display incredible coordination. They form wide columns, following scent trails left by scouts to locate prey. Together, they can overpower much larger animals, ranging from insects to small mammals, using their teamwork to outnumber and defeat their targets. These ants are a perfect example of how group behavior and teamwork can turn the tide in battle. They may not be the most dangerous insect, but their efficiency and organization make them an impressive force in the insect world. Number 8.
Maybe it's a different driver ant. Maybe it's not those. Maybe that's probably why they gave them the name red driver to separate them from the other driver ants that are completely dangerous. But you could tell by the way they move in packs that they can definitely be a problem probably if they wanted to as well.
8. Plura, the giant millipede of the past. Plura was an ancient millipede that once roamed the earth, famous for its enormous size. The name Plura is derived from Greek meaning jointed ribs, a reference to its segmented body. The first fossils of this remarkable creature were discovered in 1854 by the German paleontologist Hermann von Meyer. Since then, more than 60 fossilized remains have been found in North America, Europe, and the UK, revealing the true scale of this ancient giant. Fossils show that Plura could grow up to 8.5 feet in length and 1.8 feet in width. That's longer than a car, and wide enough to cover an average person. Some researchers believe Plura could have grown even larger. There are estimates suggesting that it could have reached up to 6.5 feet tall when it raised its body. Experts think it weighed about 110 pounds, which is mind-blowing for a millipede. This giant arthropod had at least 30 segments, each one protected by sturdy plates. The body was covered with tiny nodules, and its tail end, called the telson, was trapezoid-shaped. As it grew, it shed its exoskeleton, leaving behind exuviae, or shed parts, which make up most of the fossils we have today. Unfortunately, no complete body fossil has been found. It's still unclear exactly how many legs Plura had. Some believe it had 64 legs if every segment had a pair, while others suggest 32 legs with pairs only on alternate segments. The legs likely had plates underneath them, aiding in respiration. One of the most significant fossil discoveries was made in Northumberland, where a 2.5 foot long and 1.8 foot wide exoskeleton was found. This fossil gives researchers a better estimate of its size. No fossilized head has been uncovered, but it's believed that Plura had antennae for sensing its surroundings. Its eyes likely weren't very developed, relying more on touch and smell. As for its diet, many believe it was an herbivore, feeding on plants and leaves, though some argue it could have been a predator or an omnivore. Unfortunately, we may never know for sure what it ate. Moving on, let's look at another incredible insect that leaves a lasting impression with its size and beauty. Now it's time for the sweet topic. Australia truly has the weirdest creatures, doesn't it? And its insects are no different. Because yes, despite how colossal the beast in these images is, it is still technically an insect. But everything is bigger in Oz. The spiders, the snakes, even the men. Here,
If y'all ever want us to come visit, but y'all probably don't, which is cool. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? But if y'all ever do, man, y'all gotta get this stuff under control. I'm not coming down there with that. What is that? No. Y'all gotta get a handle on some of this stuff down there, down under.
here's looking at you, Chris Hemsworth. Thankfully, these things are rare. Imagine seeing one of these things in person. I don't know about you, but I'd freak. As always, let us know your thoughts in the comments section down below using the hashtag #SweetTopic. Number 7. Thysania agrippina, the white witch moth. The Thysania agrippina, commonly known as the white witch moth, is one of the largest moths in the world. This moth has also earned the names ghost moth, great gray witch, and great owlet moth. The name white witch came from medieval scientists who struggled to capture it despite their primitive hunting methods. With a wingspan reaching up to 30 centimeters, this moth holds the title of the largest moth species on Earth. The moth's wings are stunningly patterned. The top side is a pale white, adorned with intricate mosaic-like designs. The underside is darker, with brown shades that mimic the appearance of tree bark, providing excellent camouflage against predators. The white witch moth is native to tropical regions across the Americas, from Argentina to Mexico. Occasionally, it can even be found as far north as Colorado in the United States. Despite its wide range and immense size, scientists know surprisingly little about the life cycle of this moth, particularly its metamorphosis stages. The caterpillars of the white witch moth primarily feed on plants in the legume family, especially acacia and mesquite trees. Interestingly, they are completely harmless to both humans and agriculture, as they lack stingers or teeth. Their early life stages remain mostly undocumented, even though the moth is widespread across many regions. This moth's life cycle remains a bit of a mystery, but it's safe to say that it is an insect of significant size and beauty. Now, let's travel back in time to explore an ancient giant that ruled the skies millions of years ago. Number 6. Megura, the prehistoric dragonfly. The Megura was a giant insect that lived around 300 million years ago during the late Carboniferous period. With a wingspan reaching up to 2.5 feet, it was a true giant among insects. This giant predator was equipped with sharp mandibles and spiny legs, making it a formidable hunter. Fossils of this prehistoric creature were first discovered in France in 1880, though it wasn't until 1885 that French paleontologist Charles Brongniart officially named it. Thanks to its powerful wings, Megura was able to glide smoothly through the dense, humid air. While it wasn't as fast or agile as today's dragonflies, its slow, bird-like wing movements were perfect for navigating the oxygen-rich atmosphere of the time. As a larva, Megura was already a fearsome predator. It would hunt fish and aquatic insects in ancient wetlands. Once it matured into an adult, Megura took to the skies, where it preyed on smaller insects and amphibians, including frogs.
See, this makes me think, if we coexisted with some of these insects and animals back then, would we have had anything to eat? Like, they're eating up everything, fish, all of the different things that we like to eat. They're eating. So we'd have had to eat them living back then. Those would have been our meals, because they were taking the things that we like to eat. It just makes me think that. Like, we'd have really been battling insects for food.
Large eyes provided excellent vision, helping it spot prey from a distance. Its spiny legs and sharp jaws ensured that once it caught a meal, it wouldn't escape. Today, only traces of Megura remain in fossils, but its legacy as a massive insect predator is unforgettable. From giant predators of the past, let's shift our attention to a more beautiful, yet still awe-inspiring insect, the Queen Alexandra's birdwing. Number 5. Queen Alexandra's birdwing, the largest butterfly. The Queen Alexandra's birdwing butterfly is the largest butterfly species in the world. Females can have a wingspan ranging from 9.8 to 11 inches, making them the giants of the butterfly world. This stunning butterfly was named after Queen Alexandra, the wife of King Edward VII, in honor of her conservation efforts. Discovered in 1906 by naturalist Albert Stuart Meek, this butterfly is native to the rainforests of Papua New Guinea. Unfortunately, this magnificent species is currently endangered, according to the International Union for Conservation of Nature. The butterfly's habitat is limited to a small area of about 100 square kilometers near Papandetta in Papua New Guinea. Deforestation caused by oil palm plantations and the eruption of Mount Lamington in the 1950s have severely impacted their habitat. The female Queen Alexandra's birdwing is particularly unique due to its larger size and rounded wings. Her body is creamy, with brown wings adorned with white chevrons and a bright yellow band on the hind wings. In contrast, the male butterfly is smaller, with a wingspan between 6.3 to 8 inches. His wings are a vibrant blue-green color, decorated with black patterns. His angular wingtips and slender body are quite distinct from the females. This difference between males and females is known as sexual dimorphism. The Queen Alexandra's birdwing is a true marvel of nature, embodying both beauty and rarity in one impressive creature. Now let's explore an insect with a size that might surprise you next. Number 4. Atlas beetle, the majestic giant of the insect world. Atlas beetles are among the largest beetles in existence. Males can grow up to 12 centimeters in length and weigh as much as 100 grams, placing them among the longest and heaviest insects on the planet. A distinctive feature.
That don't even look real. Like, that looks like something they would use to disguise as a listening device. That right there. Because that thing definitely don't look real.
Of the male Atlas beetle is its large, curved horns, which are completely absent in females. These horns play an important role in battles between males for dominance, territory, or mates. They are also useful during mating, as the male uses them to lift and position the female. Native to the tropical rainforests of Southeast Asia, Atlas beetles are found in countries such as Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, and Borneo. They thrive in humid, forested environments where decaying plant material is abundant. As larvae, Atlas beetles feed on rotting wood and organic matter, helping to break down the forest litter and recycle nutrients, which is essential for maintaining healthy ecosystems. However, adult Atlas beetles do not eat and focus entirely on reproduction, which is why their lifespan is only a few weeks or months. Despite their imposing appearance, Atlas beetles have several defense mechanisms. When threatened, they produce a hissing sound by rubbing body parts together, which serves as a warning to predators. If the threat persists, they can also bite with their strong mandibles, using their powerful jaws to defend themselves. Despite their fearsome reputation, Atlas beetles are harmless to humans and generally avoid contact. Now, let's look at another insect that can truly blend in with its surroundings, a master of disguise with incredible size. Number 3. Phobactis Chan, the giant stick insect. The Phobactis Chan, also known as Chan's megastick, is a truly remarkable insect. It is one of the largest and rarest stick insects ever discovered, reaching lengths of over 50 centimeters. Found in the dense jungles of Sabah, Malaysia, only 3 specimens of this species have ever been recorded. The largest specimen, measuring an astonishing 56.7 centimeters, was discovered on Kalimantan Island in 1989. It wasn't until 2008 that this specimen reached the Natural History Museum in London, where it was officially described by entomologist Philip Bragg.
It reminds me of like the praying mantis or something. It makes me think of the praying mantis. Like that's what I would call it. The stick, it does look like a stick at the same time too, but it just makes me think of the praying mantis. I like karate films. Praying mantis always makes me think of that.
This insect's most impressive feature is its ability to blend seamlessly into its environment. It resembles a twig so perfectly that it is nearly invisible when still. This camouflage makes it difficult for predators to spot. Unlike other insects that rely on spines or toxins for protection, stick insects like Phobactis Chan depend entirely on their ability to blend into their surroundings. In fact,
and it just looks so like frail and brittle. Like if you touch it, you kill it like instantly. That's what it looks like.
Their appearance can adapt based on their environment. Those living among leaves often develop a leaf-like form. Phobactis Chan is a low-maintenance feeder, typically consuming plants like ivy, privet, and lettuce. This makes it a popular pet among insect enthusiasts. Despite its large size, very little is known about the behavior or habits of this insect. Its ability to stay hidden in plain sight is a testament to the fascinating diversity of nature. Now, moving from land to water, let's talk about an insect that thrives beneath the surface, displaying both predatory skills and surprising fatherly care. Number 2. Giant water bug, the underwater hunter. The giant water bug is a fierce predator that spends much of its life beneath the water's surface. These bugs, which are known for their sharp, needle-like mouthparts, deliver venom to paralyze their prey. Their saliva is rich in enzymes that break down the insides of their victims, transforming them into liquid, which the bug then consumes. This method of feeding makes the giant water bug a terrifying predator, capable of capturing a wide range of smaller creatures. For humans, a bite from a giant water bug can be incredibly painful, earning them the nickname toe biters. Despite their fearsome hunting abilities, giant water bugs have a surprisingly nurturing side. The males of this species are excellent fathers. To attract a mate, males perform a rippling dance in the water, shaking their bodies to create ripples. If a female is impressed, she will mate with him and lay her eggs on his back. Once the eggs are laid, the male takes full responsibility for their survival. For weeks, he carries the eggs on his back, ensuring they receive enough oxygen by taking them to the water's surface regularly. He uses a small snorkel-like structure at the tip of his abdomen to breathe while underwater. The male's dedication to the eggs is incredible, making him one of the most devoted fathers in the insect world. Once the eggs hatch, tiny nymphs scurry away, and the cycle continues. However, despite his care for the young, the male is still a formidable predator and may eat his own offspring if given the chance. Number 1. Giant Waya, the heavyweight of the insect world. New Zealand is home to the giant Waya, one of the heaviest insects on Earth. These insects belong to the Anastomatidae family and are found primarily on the remote islands of New Zealand. The largest species, such as the Cook Strait giant Waya and the Little Barrier Island giant Waya, can weigh as much as 70 grams, which is equivalent to the weight of a small bird. These massive insects can grow to be over 4 inches long and are known for their imposing size and appearance. Giant Wayas are primarily herbivores and feed on a variety of plants, including leaves, flowers, and fruits. Their strong jaws allow them to chew through tough plant material, which helps maintain the balance of their ecosystem by aiding in seed dispersal and controlling vegetation growth. In times of danger, giant Wayas rely on their hard exoskeleton and strong hind legs for protection. When threatened, they can deliver powerful kicks or use their spiny legs to ward off attackers.
What type of kick or force is it gonna do with those little thin legs? Like it needs to hit the gym and do some lower body exercises or something. Cause I just don't see it. I get he said they used. I don't see it. I don't see it happen. Are y'all looking at the same legs I'm looking at?
Their ability to blend into their environment also helps them avoid predators. This camouflage, combined with their defensive mechanisms, has allowed them to survive in the wild. One of the most interesting aspects of giant Waya life is their unusual mating behavior. Males attract females by producing chirping sounds through body vibrations, which serves as part of their courtship ritual. After mating, females lay up to 300 eggs in the soil. During colder months, giant Wayas slow their metabolism to survive the harsh weather and periods of food scarcity. Despite their large size and intimidating appearance, giant Wayas are completely harmless to humans. Moving from one giant to another, the Titan beetle is another insect that leaves a lasting impression with its size and strength. Which of these insects do you find the creepiest of the crawlies? Let us know in the comments.
I feel like the first half was more dangerous, and then the bottom half was like more interesting. That's how I feel like they divided this up, because they just got really crazy at the end. But in the beginning, it was more so about them being like dangerous and what they could do to you, you know? But nonetheless, all of it super interesting. Y'all let me know what you think. I'm gone. Peace.